Hi, Tatiana. We're here at the Groove because you are going to perform in just maybe half an hour from now. I'm so glad that you could spend a couple of minutes to talk about how you got to where you are now and what it's been like.
Yeah, so I started in Toledo, Ohio. I grew up in the church. I was singing like little gospel music, but then once I went to my art school in 7th grade, I studied, jazz and classical and funk and pop. And it opened me up to a whole new world of music. And I got my first placement on The Hills. I don't know if you remember that show on MTV when I was like 16. I did a lot of, singing, but I didn't find a passion for it until I got to start performing. And performing the music, whether it's just singing but also performing, the whole aspect of it, being on stage, getting to meet new people, from all different walks of life and connect with them on an emotional level and a musical level. That's just what I love to do.
Your songs have been placed in some of the major shows.
Yeah.
And would you consider that to be a success, like something you've achieved in your career?
Absolutely. And I would say that it's, a highlight and an accomplishment of my career because it has helped me get like fans from, Singapore or the Philippines that I otherwise wouldn't have gotten if my song wasn't on a certain show. So, yeah.
And what do you think really helped you achieve that? I mean, I think it's The Trigger is one of them.
It's one of the biggest ones. And I think why it's been such a big success is because it's really a timeless piece of music. And it's one of those things where, like, I wrote it in 2013. It came out in 2014, and it's still getting love from my publisher and, other people that are just listening to it for the first time, and then they fall in love with it.
So writing that song, did you have in mind that you want this song to appear in certain places? Or?
I honestly did not. I did not have an idea that I didn't go into the song. See, that's like, I think a lot of misconceptions and problem with a lot of like writers who just write specifically for TV and film is that they write for the film and then they try so hard to get it right to make it fit that it ends up not fitting.
So, you are an independent artist and you like to keep it that way. Can you talk a little more about why that is?
I get to control everything that I do, everything that I write, everything that I sing, and I can say no. A lot of times in major labels, you're stuck to a situation where they have control, the A&Rs have control over the music that they pick for you to sing. I find it very reassuring to know that I'm involved in all of my work and I have a complete ownership of it.
You did mention that you like to be in control of your creative process and everything, so that actually does make sense. I remember when I was in school, we learned that even after you're assigned to a major label, there's about a 97% fail rate, even after you're assigned.
Yeah, a lot of, we call them shelf artists. Right, so they sit on the shelf, they don't do anything, and then, it's a situation where they're like stuck there for a long time because they're in a contract that sometimes they're in for like 10 years.
Yeah.
So,
But on the other hand, it is accessible for indie artists to put out their own music, kind of do their own promos on their own. There's social media, there's like Spotify, iTunes, where you can put your music out there.
Yeah.
But there's also a lot of competition. People around the world are doing that. Do you have any advice or any tips for people who are, kind of just trying to get heard?
Yeah. So a lot of it, social media is a great, it does provide a platform for you to express yourself and your music. However, it is now with an algorithm that it's not easy for people to go viral anymore. You really have to believe in your work, push for it, and also invest in yourself.
Is that in terms of learning new skills or?
Absolutely. It can be if you haven't refined your craft or you don't know what it is exactly that the sound that you're going for, and you're still trying to figure that out. Certain producers can work with you. Certain vocal coaches can work with you, and shape you and mold you into the type of artist you want to be.
That's great advice.
Yeah.
So I want to talk about your upcoming plans. I think you have an album that's coming up.
I do.
Yeah, share a little bit about that.
It's called Colorful 2, as in Colorful Awesome, TOO. And it really is me in all of my colorful aspects. It talks about love, it talks about ups and downs in relationships, and then it also talks about, you know, female empowerment and being, you know, happy and motivated to do certain things, and positivity and energy. And so it covers a lot, but it's all, you know, the sound that I've been kind of developing over the last 3 years. So.
Well, can't wait to hear it, and good luck.
Thank you.
Can't wait to hear your show. That's about to happen in 2 minutes.
Thanks.
Thanks so much.
All right.